The night didn't end with the final whistle. Long after the Patriots secured their win, cameras, phones, and whispers followed Cardi B as she stepped into a space fans rarely get to see, Stefon Diggs' inner circle. Reported footage showed Cardi surrounded by Diggs' family, laughing, hugging, and celebrating like she belonged there, not as a guest, but as someone already woven into the fabric of the moment. Fans believe this wasn't just a post-game hangout, it looked like a quiet declaration of where she stands now. What made the moment hit harder was Cardi's own words. In comments that quickly spread online, she reportedly said she feels more welcome when she's with Stefon Diggs' family, adding that his mother has such a white heart, a phrase fans interpreted as meaning pure, kind, and open. That one sentence set social media on fire. Supporters saw peace and healing. Critics questioned the timing. Either way, the internet locked in. For those who followed Cardi's turbulent personal life, this scene felt like a sharp contrast to the chaos she's been linked to before. Allegedly, sources close to the situation say Cardi has been craving stability, especially after everything surrounding her past relationship became public. Standing beside Stefon Diggs' family after a major NFL win looked less like flexing and more like relief, a rare moment where she didn't seem on defense. Reported reactions from fans poured in within minutes. Some said this was the happiest they'd seen her in years. Others claimed the warmth from Diggs' family said more than any Instagram caption ever could. One viral comment read, "You can't fake that kind of comfort." Another fan believed this was Cardi quietly telling the world she's found her safe space without having to explain herself. But not everyone was convinced. Rumored skepticism began to bubble up, with some questioning whether the celebration was being romanticized. A few fans argued that post-win emotions can blur reality, and that family acceptance in public doesn't always translate behind closed doors. Still, others pushed back hard, pointing out that Diggs' family didn't have to include Cardi at all, yet they did, openly. An insider leaks that the celebration wasn't staged or planned for cameras. According to those whispers, Cardi stayed long after media attention died down, engaging with relatives, joking with siblings, and leaning into a role that looked surprisingly natural. If true, this wasn't about headlines, it was about connection, something Cardi has said, directly and indirectly, she's been missing. The emotional undertone of the night deepened when fans began comparing this moment to her past public appearances with former partners. The difference was stark. Where tension once lived, there was ease. Where defensiveness once showed, there was laughter. Fans believe that change didn't happen overnight, and that Diggs' family may be playing a bigger role than people realize. As clips circulated, Diggs' mother quickly became a focal point. Viewers dissected every interaction, every smile, every hug. Many said her energy toward Cardi felt genuine, not performative. Some even claimed this was the first time they'd seen Cardi visibly soften in a family setting that wasn't her own. That observation alone fueled hours of commentary. Still, lingering questions remained. Was this a honeymoon phase amplified by a big win, or was this the beginning of a deeper integration that could shift how the public sees Cardi's personal life moving forward? Fans believe the answer lies not in one night, but in what comes next, and whether this warmth lasts when the spotlight fades. Because while the Patriots may have won on the field, the real conversation was happening off it. And as the celebration wound down, one thing was clear: this wasn't just about football, it was about belonging. And just when it seemed like the story had settled, subtle signs hinted that this family moment might spark reactions Cardi never expected, setting the stage for what unfolds next. By the next morning, the conversation had shifted from celebration to interpretation. Fans replayed clips frame by frame, reading into body language, tone, and proximity. Reported reactions suggested people weren't just watching Cardi B celebrate a Patriots win, they were analyzing what it meant for her future. Some fans believe this was the first time Cardi looked genuinely unguarded in a public family setting, as if she didn't need armor anymore. What stood out most was how natural the dynamic appeared. There were no exaggerated poses, no forced smiles for the camera. Allegedly, Cardi wasn't clinging to Stefon Diggs the entire time. Instead, she was engaging independently with his relatives, laughing with cousins, listening closely to elders. That detail mattered to fans who've long argued that true acceptance shows when a partner doesn't need to be a translator or shield. An insider leaks that Cardi has been intentionally stepping back from public drama, choosing environments where she feels respected rather than merely tolerated. According to those whispers, Diggs' family represents something new for her, structure without judgment. If true, that would explain why she openly praised her mother, a move some fans called bold but honest. In Cardi's world, public praise usually follows private consistency. Still, not everyone received the moment warmly. Rumored backlash surfaced from corners of the internet accusing Cardi of doing too much or trying to rewrite her narrative through proximity to a wholesome NFL family. Others pushed back, saying those critiques ignore her growth and reduce her to outdated stereotypes. The debate quickly turned into a larger conversation about whether women are allowed to evolve publicly without suspicion. Reported fan polls and comment sections reflected a split, but a loud majority leaned supportive. Many pointed out that acceptance from a partner's family isn't something you can buy or stage. Fans believe Diggs' mother's warmth was earned, not forced, especially given how protective NFL families can be when the spotlight is involved. That perception alone shifted public sympathy. Behind the scenes, time jumps added more fuel. Hours after the celebration, Cardi reportedly went quiet on social media. No flashy posts, no recap videos. Fans interpreted the silence as intentional, suggesting she chose to live the moment instead of monetizing it. In an era where everything is content, that absence spoke volumes. Another layer emerged when fans compared this night to earlier chapters of Cardi's love life. The contrast felt inevitable. Where tension once lived, there was ease. Where defensiveness once showed, there was laughter. Fans believed that difference didn't happen overnight, and that Diggs' family may be playing a bigger role than people realize. Yet, questions lingered about sustainability. Alleged insiders hinted that blending high-profile careers, blended families, and relentless public scrutiny is never simple. Celebration nights are easy, ordinary weeks are the real test. Some fans cautioned against crowning this as a fairy tale too soon, reminding others how quickly narratives can flip. Even so, Cardi's reported statement about feeling more welcome carried weight. For someone who has often said she felt judged rather than understood, that admission landed emotionally. Fans saw it as a quiet victory, not over critics, but over her own past patterns, a sign she might be finally choosing peace over noise. As the dust settled, one unresolved question hovered. Was this night a rare pause between storms or the beginning of a steadier chapter? Because while the cameras captured smiles and celebrations, fans believe the real story is still unfolding behind closed doors, and what happens next could redefine everything people think they know about Cardi B's love life.